He blocked an entire street with his delivery truck and refused to move. Everyone was furious, but I decided not to argue with him. Instead, I came up with a harmless little lesson he would remember for a long time. It was a busy morning in the city. Cars were rushing through the streets, people were heading to work, and everyone seemed to be in a hurry. I was sitting on a bus on my way to work when suddenly we came to a complete stop. A delivery truck belonging to a large construction company was parked directly in the only lane. The driver was unloading construction materials. The problem was that there was absolutely no way around him. The road was narrow, and our bus couldn't turn into another street. Within minutes, cars began piling up behind us. The bus driver opened his window and asked the delivery driver to move the truck for a few minutes. Several other people joined in. But the driver didn't seem to care. He shouted that he was making a delivery and had every right to park there. Someone told him that he was blocking the entire road. He simply ignored them and continued unloading. I was already late for work, so I wrote down the company's name, the truck number, and everything else I could see. At first, I planned to call the company and complain. But then I had another idea. I called the company's head office. I changed my voice and pretended to be an elderly man. I told the receptionist that I had seen one of their drivers accidentally drop a large amount of cash. She asked me how much. I said, about $1,800. The receptionist immediately took my information. I told her I wanted to return the money directly to the driver. A few minutes later, my phone rang. It was the delivery driver. His voice was completely different now. He sounded polite and extremely grateful. He asked where we could meet. I gave him the address of a recreation center near my home. We arranged a time. He had no idea who I was. He only knew that someone had supposedly found $1,800 belonging to him. A little later, he arrived. I received a message from him. "I'm here. Where are you?" I replied, "I'm sorry. I had to go inside to get some medicine. Please wait for me." Then I watched him from my house. He got out of his truck. He looked around. Then he sat down for a while and smoked a cigarette. I imagined him thinking about what he would do with the money once he got it back. After about 25 minutes, I sent another message. "I'm inside the building now." He immediately went inside. I watched him walk around, looking for me. He called my phone. I didn't answer. He called again. Still nothing. After several minutes, I sent him another message. "I'm sorry. I'm having trouble getting to you. I'm on crutches and can't walk very quickly." He went back inside. This time, he looked even more frustrated. He searched the building again. He asked someone at the reception desk if they had seen an elderly man carrying a bag. Of course, nobody had. Eventually, he walked back outside. He stood beside his truck, clearly furious. That's when I finally called him. This time, I used my real voice. "Sorry, my friend. Waiting is difficult, isn't it?" There was silence. Then he said, "Who is this?" I laughed. "Remember Monday morning?" He immediately became quiet. "You parked your truck on that narrow street and refused to move it." I continued. "I was sitting on the bus behind you. We couldn't go anywhere because of your truck." He started shouting. I calmly said, "Today, you waited 25 minutes for $1,800 that never existed." He became furious. Then I added, "And there's something else you should know." He stopped talking. "I'm sitting at home watching you from my window." He looked around immediately. I could see him searching the surrounding houses. I laughed. "You wasted everyone's time that morning because you thought your delivery was more important than everyone else's day. Now you know what it feels like to wait for something that isn't coming." He started yelling and threatened to report me. I simply ended the call. Over the next few days, he sent angry messages. He even called from different numbers. I never answered. I had made my point. I didn't damage his truck. I didn't steal anything from him. I didn't even make him lose the $1,800 he thought he had lost. I simply made him wait. And sometimes, that's enough. Because the next time I saw that company's truck on the same street, it was parked properly. It wasn't blocking the road. It wasn't trapping buses. And the driver was nowhere near the only lane. Maybe he had finally learned something. Your job may be important. Your delivery may be important. But so is everyone else's time. Would you have done the same thing, or would you have simply reported the driver? Tell us in the comments.